Hey everyone, welcome to Movie Reviews for Life, and I'm going to now move on to Batman Begins. In 1997, we all got Batman and Robin, and the studio realized, finally, that they may have went a little bit too quickly on making the film, because there was not enough time for you to miss Batman, there was not enough time for them to get a good story going, and there were several attempts to continue the story, make it a little bit darker. There was even Joel Schumacher was going to do a Batman 5 at one point. That had to the one constant that even ended up in this film was the idea that the Scarecrow would be the next villain. And there was actually one storyline that I actually do remember really getting excited about hearing, and that was Jack Nicholson returning as the Joker, but in a hallucination way, and we were going to have Harley Quinn and Scarecrow be the villains, and it was going to be darker, and Nicholson was just going to be there as the scared image for Batman, because obviously within this film series, Joker killed his parents, so that would be something that he would continuously be scared of. And I was excited for that storyline, but it never came, to pass. Then he had rumors of a Batman versus Superman, which never came to pass, and then a Batman Beyond movie, because this series had been popular in like 99 2000 when the cartoon was out. These were all pretty cool ideas, but eventually Warner Brothers decided to revive the series by restarting it, going back to the basics and being a little bit more faithful to the written comic book, because even then it was still a big problem that Joker was the killer of Batman's parents. But so what they did was they got David Goyer, okay, who had up until this point done some other comic book films like The Crow City of Angels and the Blade trilogy. Well, up until this point, just Blade and Blade 2. And so they got the ball rolling, and they had him and Christopher Nolan come together and bring out a story. Michael Uslan did return as producer, as he did with the other four films, and Christopher Nolan came in also as director. And what they did was they really just they did an awesome job at reviving the series. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who didn't like the movie as much as others because it spent too much time in the origin and not enough time in the action. But you gotta understand, origin films are that. They're origin films. Just the fact that we get any type of action is a blessing because it's supposed to be an origin film. X-Men 2 was a fucking awesome film because they didn't have to do any origins. So the same thing with this. You got about 40 minutes of the film talking about his origin, and I don't mind that. Okay, the film actually works pretty quickly, mainly because of that. Once you get past the origin, the film starts to move on really quickly. You got some good performances. You got Christian Bale coming in, who's best known for doing American Psycho, and now he's going to be playing John Connor in the new Terminator films. He comes in as Bruce Wayne slash Batman, and he actually does a really good job. My only gripe is his voice for Batman. I do understand you have to disguise the voice, but he just sounds like a gargled, like he has something in his mouth when he talks, But he did Bruce Wayne. He did an awesome job as Bruce Wayne, and the physical aspects of the Batman character he does pretty good too. It's a very realistic type of way of showing a man who doesn't have superpowers, isn't invulnerable, but fights crime, and that's the whole point to Batman. You also got Michael Caine as the ever loyal Alfred Pennyworth, and he makes the character really really cool, and they keep his doctor origins too. You don't see Alfred bandaging up Bruce too much in the other films. In this one, we get to see more of the doctor in Alfred. Um, then we get Liam Neeson as Ducard. Okay, and I know, there's a little bit more to his character than that, but for those who didn't see it, I'm not going to reveal that. But Michael Caine does an awesome. I'm sorry, Liam Neeson does an awesome job in the role as his mentor, teacher, He does a really good job. He just did a film called Taken, and that was an awesome freaking flick. I might do a review on that soon. All right. Then Gary Oldman you have as commissioner, or not commissioner, Sergeant. I believe it's Sergeant Gordan or Lieutenant Gordan. He doesn't become commissioner until the next film, but he does an awesome job. He's usually mostly known for playing bad guy roles, and he does an awesome job playing bad guy roles. Anybody who doesn't know, watch The Professional, Fifth Element, even Bram Stoker's Dracula. Awesome actor. He does a terrific job in this. All right, then we get Cillian Murphy as the Scarecrow. Mr. Caine. I forget his first name. But he does an awesome job. As the character as well. He's a very smart character in the film, and I just love his reaction when he gets sprayed with his own stuff. Tom Wilkinson comes into the film as the mob boss. I think his name is Maroney, and pretty cool. He does a good job too. I know I'm saying a lot of good job stuff here, but it's true. I enjoyed it very much so, and all the performances, including Katie Holmes' performance, were all good. I know I'm gonna get wrapped in the mouth, but Katie Holmes wasn't annoying to me. She wasn't like, Lana Lang in Smallville is annoying to me. Katie Holmes' character wasn't that bad. Or Katie Holmes playing the character wasn't that bad, and the girl who replaces her in Dark Knight was good too, and really have no qualms about who did better. Rutger Hauer comes into the film as one of the CEOs of the Wayne Corporation. He's known for, he played Lothos in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. He was in an episode of Smallville as Lionel's competition. Like this kind of competition type of guy, and he was in the remake for Salem's Lot as the Master Vampire. He's a pretty cool actor. Then Ken Watanabe plays Ra's al Ghul, and he has a brief cameo basically type of role. Because he's seen in the beginning of the movie, and he's okay. In my opinion, nobody can beat David Warner as Ra's al Ghul, and sad thing about that is that it was just a voice performance by David Warner. Especially when he goes with the whole detective thing. Then you got Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, and he does an awesome job. Really just, I'm surprised they didn't have his character in the other films. Lucius Fox is just an awesome character, and Morgan Freeman fits it so well. The music this time is by Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard. Danny Elfman did not return because he's mostly a Tim Burton loyalist, so he didn't return. But Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard did an awesome job also. And I'm gonna give the film about 4 out of 5 because, to me, it does equal up to the original Batman, but in a whole different way. It's a new generation, new origins for you to watch. This film, as well as WFP, World's Finest Podcast, is what got me into comic books, and I enjoyed reading the comics that this is based off of, because I have read a good number of the comics this movie was based off of, especially The Long Halloween and the first couple of years of the Batman comics. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to the special features. And I want to try to keep this under 11 minutes, so I'm going to go pretty quickly with it. There is no commentary. Okay, on disc 1 we get MTV's Tankman Begins, which has the guy Napoleon Dynamite, and I forget the other guy's name, Nick Fallon or something like that. And they making fun of a scene from Batman, which is kind of cool. You do get a trailer, which I did forget to mention in all the other films. There is a trailer on disc 1, but I didn't think it was that important. Then on disc 2, we have Inner Demon Comics. Explore the special features through an exclusive interactive comic book. Batman: The Journey Begins. Concept design and development of the film, as well as the casting of Batman himself. shaping mind and body, observing Christian Bale's transformation into Batman, Batman the Tumbler, which is obviously the making and the reinvention of the Batmobile, Gotham City Rises, Witness the creation of Gotham City, the Batcave, Wayne Manor, and more. Saving Gotham City, development of miniatures, CGI, and effects in monorail chase scene, the genesis of the Bat, a look at the Dark Knight's incarnation influences on the film, confidential files, go beyond the movie and discover facts and story points not in the film. And then it says and more, but really there really isn't that much more. Alright, then you also get the edition I got has a comic, like a short little comic book that gives you all the stories that this film was based off of, including the Long Halloween, which I actually did get and I did enjoy. So, yeah, so I definitely recommend the film. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be with you with The Dark Knight.